I'll just play something I don't know. Let's see, how does this go? Now what's up with the Walkin Man? I wonder where he's gone. Marching down to Birmingham, I think I'll tag along. Was a Walkin Man come by here 100 years ago, walking down the Trail of Tears out to Oklahoma, oh, out to Oklahoma. Hand me down my walking shoes, hand me down my cane, make me up some talking blues, I'll be on my way. Hey, sure does look like me. Woody Guthrie was a walking man in the Dust Bowl days. Had a 6-string guitar in his hand and killed a fascist every day. Chuck Berry is a walking man, so was Gandhi too. I'm gonna pack me up my old programs, that's just what I'll do. I'm gonna pack my pistols too. Hand me down my walking shoes, hand me down my cane. Make me up some talking blues, I'll be on my way. Hey, if I had shoes like a walking man, tell you what I'd do. I'd walk away and not come back till I got the cat man. Do-da, do-da, oh, do-da, do. Verlon, Thompson.
Well, since we're breaking out new ones, I want to break out a new one too. I grew up on this little creek out in Oklahoma. It's called Willow Creek, and my dad was also born and raised and still lives there on Willow Creek. And there's a story that goes around there about my dad and his 2 brothers. They were walking down that creek bank when they were kids, and my dad and his other brother were up ahead of the 3rd brother. And so the 2 of them that were up front, they pulled out an old bag of what was left of some chewing tobacco, you know, and they were about 12, 13 years old, and one brother, he pulled out a big old chaw and stuck it in his mouth, and my dad said, "Hey, give me some of that." So he handed it to him, and he took what was left of it. Well, they knew that Uncle Clarence back there behind was going to catch up to them in a minute, and he was going to want some chew, and they were out. So they reached down and found an old horse turd there that had just the right texture. They crumbled up a little bit in their hand and threw it down there in the pouch. And sure enough, Uncle Clarence, he came up from behind a few minutes later and said, "Hey, what are y'all chewing? Give me some of that." So they handed him that pouch, and he reached down and just tossed it in his mouth and started chewing. And of course, a few minutes later, he figured out it wasn't the real deal. And he took off after them and chased them across Willow Creek about waist deep, and all the way up to the top of the hill where Uncle Clarence had just bought an old car, and it was sitting up there. It was one of those cars with a big old pointed front hood and a headlight right in the center. He got up to the car and made my dad and his other brother ride on the hood of that car, straddle that headlight up in front, and made them ride all the way home soaking wet. And about a month ago, my Uncle Clarence passed away, and they asked me to sing at his funeral. And I told that story at his funeral because I knew he would have liked it. If the creek's too high for crossing, then search for higher ground. If it's a troubled path you're walking, back up and turn around. Now life's a road we travel, it's full of twists and turns, and when it comes unraveled, it's just another lesson learned. Here sometimes it's a struggle, sometimes it's a fight, but your rewards will double if you do what's right. If the creek's too high for crossing, then search for higher ground. If it's a troubled path you're walking, back up and turn around. Well, a fool might sit there whining, this wall's too high to climb, but the wise man starts removing one stone at a time. Don't look for easy answers, you'll not be satisfied, but for every door that closes, you know another opens wide. Hey, if the creek's too high for crossing, then search for higher ground. If it's a troubled path you're walking, back up and turn around. Back up, back up, back up, back up. I said back up and turn around.
I guess I won't be asking you for any chew. Well, I've got a new album that we've got down here at the festival. It's not supposed to be out till May 18th, but we've got them with all the other souvenirs. I'm sure you guys have some souvenirs at the table, paraphernalia, things like that. Bric-a-brac. But this is the newest song I wrote with a great lyricist named Robert Hunter, and so we got a whole album of stuff we wrote together. He wrote all the lyrics, and I wrote the music. And the record's called "Headed for the Hills," and this is one. I've got a bunch of great bluegrass guys from Nashville on this tune. It's called "Sandy Ford," Barbara Lee. Railroad bridge is washing down the gorge at Sandy Ford. Will you stand there on the shoreline? Oh, will you come aboard? Come aboard. This might be the last catch running, might not be no more, while they bloody up the water upstream, making civil war, civil war. across Carolina and points below. By the time tobacco's ripe and ready to be dried, they might come and catch me if I've got no place to hide, place to hide. If I am arrested, I might have to go to war. One side or another I may see your face no more, face no more. Oh, Barbara Lee, reckon I gotta go across Carolina and points below. This is my faithful promise which I make of my free will. I might point my gun and fire, but I won't shoot to kill, shoot to kill. I'll keep your picture with me right here near my heart, inside this leather notebook thick enough to stop a dart, stop a dart. Following the footsteps of the wind as it roams east to west and back again. Treat me like a stranger if I am across your door. Another faceless soldier in a time of civil war. I know you don't love me, but you could if you took time. I've got a face like Lincoln, and if ugly was a crime, was a crime. They'd lock me up and throw away the key down clear to hell. But I've got a disposition sweet as April in the dale, in the dale. Oh, Barbara Lee, reckon I gotta go across Carolina and points below. Sugar in the sugar bin and honey in the hive. I do what I have to do in order to survive, to survive. What they do in Civil War and peacetime they call crimes. Climb inside my dream of love and pray. Better times, better times. Oh, Barbara Lee, reckon I gotta go across Carolina and points below. Oh, Barbara Lee, reckon I gotta go across Carolina and points below.
Well, let's see. This is an old song. This is one of the oldest songs I have. This is my favorite song. This is a special request. This is a song about 10 seconds in a woman's life. She's standing on the gone side of me. She found a thumb and stuck it in the breeze. She'll take anything going close to somewhere. She can lay it down and live it like she please. She ain't going nowhere, she's just leaving. She ain't going nowhere, she can't breathe. Then she ain't going home, and that's for sure. Well, the wind that is way with her hair, and the blues that they wear with her smile. She had a way of her own, just like prisoners have a way with a fire. She ain't going nowhere, she's just leaving. She ain't going nowhere, she can't breathe. She ain't going home, that's for sure. She's not sitting down crying on her suitcase. She had no second thoughts by the road. She's got feelings that need some repairing, and she did not give a damn that it showed. She ain't going nowhere, she's just leaving. She ain't going nowhere, she can't breathe. Yeah, she ain't going home, that's for sure. She ain't going nowhere, she's just leaving. She ain't going nowhere, she can't breathe. She ain't going home, that's for sure. She ain't going home, that's for sure. Well, you guys have excellent taste. What?
I'll come back again. Again? Well, sure. Greasy Bend. I'll get to that one. I think I was telling this story earlier about I read this little book called The Education of Little Tree, and it talks about reincarnation in there, and that's kind of what inspired this song. But I was talking to my friend Peter Rowan earlier this morning and discussing Buddhism, and I think it might be about that too. So y'all just, that's the thing about songs. They mean something different to every person. So, as a matter of fact, I'd like to do this for this young lady I just met right back here a minute ago behind the stage. No, this is enough. She and I know what it's about. Once I was a Christian, I lived upon this earth, and I died and went to heaven, where I got my second birth. Then I came back as an acorn, and I grew to be a tree, and I made a mighty shade when that sun came down on me. In one life I was an outlaw, and I lived up in the hills. I'd run the alcohol to the buyers from the stills. And at 100 miles an hour on some downhill mountain road, I turned into a white dove and let go of my load. And then the last time I was through here, I was a summer wind, and I whispered on your wheat fields, and I called a cool rain in. And then I carried all your laughter and your sweet old fiddle tunes right up through the rafters, and I sang them to the harvest moon. Once I was a singer, and music was my church, and I put myself through hell trying to write another verse. So I came back as a chorus, that's the best part of the song, 'cause all your friends remember, and they all sing along. Yes, and like the Christians and the outlaws, and like that summer wind, and like a singer to the chorus, I will come back again. Like a singer to the chorus, I will come back again.
I think it might be about Buddhism. Well, I had someone that was real special to me about 10 years ago, and she was getting ready to go on a big long trip down to Central America for a long time. I thought it was going to kill me. So I started this melody, and I was singing it to her, and was getting ready to work on a record. And I said, I don't know what I'm going to call it or anything. I just had a few words. And she said, sounds like you're saying, I want to run like you. So that's what this became.
Just one day, you better tie those shoes. How'd you expect to find your way? Daylight's breaking loose. Good things come to those who wait. It won't be hard to find. wish that I could make you stay. That's not what you need. You're ready, you're headed straight through tomorrow. Don't forget as you set the world on fire. Oh, I won't run like you, right beside what's true. I won't run like you. Go tell them what we'll find. You're ready, you're headed straight through tomorrow. Don't forget, as you set the world on fire. Oh, I won't run like you, right beside what's true. I won't run like you. Go tell them what we find. Oh, I won't run like you. Go ahead, and I'll catch up. There's no telling what we find.
Okay. I had a request, but I'm not sure I can remember it. Anyway, I'll do Old Friends and think about it some more. It's like when you're making conversation, you're trying not to scream, you're trying not to tell them that you don't care what they mean. You're really feeling fragile, and you really can't get home. You really feel abandoned, but you want to be alone. Oh, friend, shine like that. Oh, friends, you can always come. Oh, friends, what you can't buy. You know it's old friends after all. When the house is empty and the light begins to fade, there's nothing to protect you except the window shade. It's hard to put your finger on the thing that scares you most. You can't tell the difference between an angel and a ghost. Oh, friends, shine like diamonds. know it's old friends after all of the pleasure. Old friends, shine like diamonds. Old friends, you can always call. Old friends, Lord, you can't buy me. Know it's old friends after all.
Perfect song for here because it always feels like old friends. We get here and see Jim and all y'all. Well, I had a request here, so I'm going to honor that. I always flattered when anybody listens close enough to remember one of my songs and then ask for it later on. This one was inspired by another creek bank. Actually, it's a river bottom. My mom, whose name is Darweta, is spelled D-A-R-W-E-T-T-I-A. She was born and raised down the Washita River down in the south part of Oklahoma. A little place. Used to not even have a name. Now they call it Greasy Bend. The reason they call it Greasy Bend is because there were a couple old farmers down there, a watermelon farmer and a pig farmer, side by side. Well, the pig farmer's fences got in I guess a state of disarray, you might say. And all of his pigs got out at one point and got over in the watermelon patch and ate every watermelon in sight. So the watermelon farmer, he got mad and got his shotgun and went out there and he shot every pig in sight. So there it was, laying right there on the banks of the Washita River, sharp curve in the river. They just left all the old hogs laying there. They were stubborn, I guess. I don't know why they didn't go out and move them, but they left them laying there and it caused quite a mess. And they started calling it Greasy Bend. Yeah, y'all live down there on Greasy Bend, don't you? Well, while all that was going on, my mom was sitting over there about a stone's throw away from the river, her and her brothers and sisters. That's where they lived, and they'd sit on their front porch and pick music all the time. They had a little family band, and Mom played the mandolin. They had guitars and all kinds of stuff. But not long ago, a guy told me, he said, "Verlon, you need to write a song about your mama." Now, at the time, he didn't know anything. I'm not sure he even knew her name was Darweta. But I know he didn't know anything about the great Battle of Greasy Bend. But he told me, he said, "Verlon, everybody knows if you don't write a song about your mama, you won't get into heaven." So that sort of sealed the deal for me. I decided it must be done. But the cool thing was, the minute he said that, what struck me was, well, this is going to be easy. Mandolin rhymes with Greasy Bend. down in Greasy Bend, they're picking up a storm again. The bridge across the Washita is swaying. You can hear it on the wind. Hey, the music never ends. Darweeta's mandolin just keeps playing. Now every hobo coming up that holler wouldn't leave a secret mark upon her gate. It was a sign to all the others who might follow, saying stop a while and visit man. They'll feed you beans and biscuits, man. Pick some boiling cabbage and down yonder while you wait. So down in Greasy Bend, they're picking up the storm again. The bridge across the Washita is swaying. You can hear it on the wind. Yeah, the music never ends. Darweeta's mandolin just keeps playing. Probably 8,000 mandolin pickers in this park today, and I'm picking this on a guitar. Now yonder comes a peddler in his wagon. He's got pots and pans and lots of shiny things. Well, he promised young Darweeta he would have them. Not no box of candy kisses, no, not no dolly dishes. Her one and only wish was brand new mando strings. So down in Greasy Bend, they're picking up a storm again. The bridge across the Washita is swaying. You can hear it on the wind. Yeah, the music never ends. Darweeta's mandolin just keeps playing. Yeah, my mama's mandolin just keeps playing.
Stood there and listened to them play Black Mountain Rag.
I know, that inspired me. Those guys were great.
King of Broken Hearts.
Okay. Well, I'll tell you what, it's a good thing I left my ego at the door. Wait, but it wasn't this building. All right, here's just had a request for this one. It's one I wrote as a tribute to Graham Parsons and George Jones.
The king of broken hearts doesn't ask much from his friends. He has quite a few of them. They know he will understand. That's just the way it goes. Broken hearts doesn't know he's king. He's trying to forget other things, like some old chilly scene. He's walking through alone. He talks to angels and the stars start to spin. Thinks of troubles that he's gotten in. He recalls how his heart got broken and how it's still that way. The king of broken hearts, he's so sad and white. He can smile while he's crying inside. We know he'll be brave tonight. he's a king of broken hearts. How it's still that way. The king of broken hearts thinks that he's an old fool. He's a little bit like me and you. So what's a king like that supposed to do with all that blue time? He'll be brave tonight, 'cause he's the king of broken hearts. He's the king of broken hearts.
For this song, and I can't, it's not coming back to me.
Parkin Lot.
Parkin Lot. Okay, I'll do that. I want to apologize to whoever brought me this note as for she loves to ride horses, but I'm drawing a blank. I'll try to remember to do it tonight.
Yeah, you're right. We missed you last year, by the way.
Hell, I missed y'all too. This is a song I wrote with old Daryl Scott. It's a little song about West Texas. Sitting on the fender of someone else's truck, drinking Old Crow whiskey, hot 7-Up out in the park. You can hear a band playing right through the wall. Ain't no cover charge, ain't no last call out in the park. Now there's a couple of cowpokes putting up their toots. There wasn't much to it after both of them puked out in the park. And then someone called the police, and the police finally came, and they wrote them a couple of tickets, and they took a couple of names out in the park. I'd love to see the neon dancing on the gravel. I'd love to hear the pickup trucks come on and rattle. Some giving up, some giving in. Looks like everybody's looking for a friend out in the parking lot. Whoops, there's a couple could not wait took it home. Probably in love, so let's leave 'em alone out the park. Now the band is on the bus and they're all loaded up to leave, but the drummer's got a girlfriend and she's tugging at his sleeve out the park. I love to see the neon dancing on the gravel. I love to hear the pickup trucks come unravel. Some have given up, some have given in. Looks like everybody's looking for a friend out in the parking lot. Now everybody's gone, they shut out all the lights, and the dust begins to settle, and it's never been so quiet out in the park.
This is the last tune for us, folks. Okay.
Play by the rules.
Guys, thank y'all for stirring up so many feelings in me. I know it's like going to church and getting reborn and falling in love all in one.
Yeah, plus, you know, what always strikes me is that with so many good musicians in this park right now, so much good music happening, y'all chose to come here and sit with us, and that blows me away every time. Well, I left a good job in the city. He was just like you, just like me. He had his elbow out the window, rolling free. In the blink of an eye, in the shifting of the load, in the middle of Proud Mary, he left the road. Well, he saw the moments of his life pass before his eyes, every sin he'd ever sinned, and the day he was baptized. He saw his mother and his father, beautiful and young, and every girl he'd ever kissed, oh, especially that one. And he was just like you, and just like me. He had that elbow out the window, just rolling free. And in the blink of an eye, in the shifting of his load, in the middle of Proud Mary, he left the road. He saw a long dark tunnel with a beautiful light. He didn't know where he was, but he knew it felt right. He saw the wreck on the highway way down below. He was somewhere between body and soul. And he was just like you, just like me. He had his elbow out the window, he was rolling free. And in the blink of an eye, in the shifting of his load, in the middle of Proud Mary, his mama at the ironing board and his daddy at the mill, they both stopped what they were doing and they both felt a chill. Thank y'all. Thank you, Guy and Jim.